Are you struggling to get views on YouTube? Do you feel like the YouTube algorithm hates you? Do you wake up every morning to no views on YouTube? Well, in today's video, we're going to look at free YouTube algorithm hacks that are going to help you get more views fast in 2022 just by following these free simple strategies that you need to know if you want to grow fast. So if this is something you're excited about and you wanted to know how to grow fast on YouTube, then without further ado, let's get into the video. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're brand new, I'm Tim Hoolihan, and if you want to learn how to build your brand, business, and impact online through social media marketing, you've come to the right place, because we're going to run through all the strategies of how you can use your YouTube platform or any online media platform to really help you exponentially grow your business fast in 2022. Now, I like to keep my videos short and no longer than they need to be. So if you want to get in and get out, get the information and start creating videos, I'm going to answer those questions right now.
Stop. Do you want to get a shout out in my next video? Just comment down below with your plug to enter.
Step number one, and is probably the most important step, is to do your research. What do I mean by this? Well, doing your research is actually really important if you want to grow on YouTube. It probably sounds silly, probably sounds repetitive, and you've probably heard this many times before. But doing your research is actually really going to help you grow your channel faster by making sure that you're targeting the right audience. Let me explain. The main thing you want to think about with doing your research is making sure you're targeting the right audience. Now, how do you go about targeting the right audience? It's actually quite simple. You want to think about your traffic sources. If you don't know what traffic sources are, these are things like YouTube search, recommended pages, home pages, and the watch page. All of these traffic sources are how your videos are shown to anybody at all. This is essentially how YouTube shows your videos to an audience. If your videos are not being shown in any of these traffic sources, that's probably why you're getting a big goose egg on your videos and nobody is seeing your video. That's why it's really important to understand who you're trying to target, what traffic sources you're trying to target to get your video out there to grow on YouTube. Now, it's easy to say, oh, you just need to do your research, you need to target traffic sources to get more views. Heard it all before, Tim. Not really that helpful. Now, here's the thing, guys. You need to understand how traffic sources work in order to get shown to any audience and eventually the right audience. Because at the end of the day, if you want to have a successful YouTube channel, you need to have your videos shown to the right audience. Now, the three main things I want you to think about with targeting traffic sources is keywords, thumbnail, and duration. These three things are probably one of the most important things you want to think about when targeting traffic sources. Let me explain. First of all, keywords. Keywords are really important to get your video shown to any audience and of course to the right audience. If you have the right keywords, the right targeting keywords to be shown to the right audience, essentially keywords are really important so that it gets shown to the right audience. Once your video is shown to the right audience and it is a high quality video, in theory, the audience should enjoy that video. The hard part is getting it shown to the right audience or any audience at all. Keywords are really going to help you do this because keywords is what's telling the YouTube algorithm who the video is for. So it's really crucial to pick the keywords that you choose in your title, in your description, in your thumbnail, and the words you're actually saying in your video. If you want your video to get more views, you have to first get it shown to the right audience. This is why keywords are really important. Now, the problem is if you choose really specific keywords, it's going to be shown to a really competitive audience and you're less likely for your videos to be shown over those other more popular videos. So make sure you're using long tail keywords to really help narrow down that audience to give you a greater chance of being shown to the right audience and to our core audience by having long tail keywords. Now, it's not just enough to have really strong keywords. If you think, if I have the right keywords, the YouTube algorithm will show it to the right people and my video will blow up. No, guys, it's not quite as simple as that. You need to make sure you're creating high quality thumbnails. Thumbnails really important, especially when it comes to click-through rate, because essentially the first thing is to get it shown to the right audience or to shown to any audience. But if they're not clicking on your video, well, then they're not going to know if that video is even a good video. So thumbnails are really important. To help you get that click on your video, you need to make sure that your thumbnail is enticing. Make it a little bit clickbaity. Make it something that pops out and stands out and makes somebody want to find out what that video is all about, or giving them a reason to want to watch that video because the thumbnail was so enticing. Duration is really, really important with doing your research to get your videos out there to the right audience. Doing your research and finding out what videos on that same topic in that same niche, finding out the length of those videos to give you a good idea of what's going to work in your own video. Finding out what the perfect length is really important to know what people are going to be willing to sit down to watch, and also to help you rank in those traffic sources by finding the right duration that's going to give you the best watch time. Watch time is really, really important, and it's going to come down a lot to the duration of your video. And the reason why this is if you create a 10-minute video and they only watch 50%, that's still 5 minutes of watch time that is going to be very highly competitive on that same topic for the other videos in that same niche. Now, if you create only a 5-minute video and they only watch that video for only 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you can see that your watch time has already been cut in half, and that's going to give you a less competitive watch time. So it's really, really important to make sure when you're researching your topic and your thumbnail, make sure you find out what thumbnails work for that topic, make sure you find out what keywords work really well to get it to the right audience, and make sure you find out the perfect duration to help you get the best watch time to make you rank in those traffic sources. Step number 2 is video ideas. How can you come up with video ideas that you know are going to work and are going to help you to get more views? Essentially, this is what we all want. We want more views, and we want our video to do well. It really does come down to the video idea. If you have a great video idea that you know people are looking for, you got a better chance of that video getting more views because you're meeting the needs of that audience. Now, there's 4 subcategories I want you to think about when thinking of video ideas. The first one is views. May sound fairly obvious. You really need to think about the amount of views that video idea is getting. Is this something that's going to be worth you targeting? If this is a really highly competitive keyword and topic and they're getting millions of views, it's probably something that may have a large audience, but you have a very, very small chance of actually ranking in that particular topic. This is something you really want to think about and make sure that you're not creating videos that no one's going to see because it's such a highly competitive topic. So really thinking about the amount of views that that video topic is getting is really, really crucial in order to find out whether that's something perfect for your small YouTube channel. Really think about the views you're getting in your YouTube channel, and is this something realistically you can get the amount of views that you're going to need in order to rank for that video topic. The second thing you want to think about with your video idea is the audience. You need to understand what kind of audience is going to be looking for that video idea, and does that actually make sense with the kind of videos you create? Does that actually link to your niche? And is this something that if they watch that video, and are they potentially likely to watch other videos on your YouTube channel because they relate, they kind of mesh together? You need to make sure that you think about the repetitive views. You need to think about your viewers that are coming back to watch more of your video. That's why it's really important that when you're thinking about your audience, is this going to actually work in your niche? And is this actually going to be something that your audience that you already have will be interested in that video topic? Really, really important to make sure you're getting your audience to come back, getting your subscribers to come back, watching those views to really help give that video a boost to get it to reach more and more people. Really, really important to really think about your audience and know, is this video topic actually going to make sense in my YouTube channel? Does it make sense? Does it thread on to other videos? And is it going to get me more watch time by getting people to click from one video to the next to the next? So really, really think about your audience. Think about, does this video idea make sense? Not only is it going to get me views, but is it going to make sense to my core audience? And is it something they're actually interested in? The third thing you want to think about with your video idea is to experiment. There's nothing wrong to experiment with your videos, especially when you're a small YouTube channel. Now is probably the best time to really experiment with your videos, see what works, see what doesn't, and really learn from those experiments. There is nothing wrong with creating videos that are a little bit out there that you might think aren't going to work. Find out if they actually do work. Don't just assume that it's not going to work. Really experiment with different video topics. See what's trending and see how you can make that work in your niche and in that same topic. Really just experiment to find out what works and what doesn't. Take the time to really create different kinds of videos. There's some really cool ideas that I've thought about creating that I want to experiment in the future, and I suggest that you do the same thing by really looking to see what's doing well in your same niche, and then from there do some little twists to make it your own. Don't just copy other video ideas, make something different and unique and just see how it does. You never know, it might actually do surprisingly well, and then you can take that video idea and create similar videos based on that video topic that actually did surprisingly well. You're never going to have that successful video if you aren't experimenting and trying different ideas. So it's really important to experiment with your video ideas to really help you see what works and what doesn't. And the fourth one I want you to think about is monetization. With your video topics, really be conscious about what kind of video ideas you can use to help you monetize your videos. Maybe your channel is too small and you haven't actually reached the monetization threshold. This does not mean that you can't monetize your videos. Now, you may be too small to do such things like sponsorships and stuff like that, but don't forget the power of affiliate marketing. These are actually really crucial, or even product reviews that you can do to link to that same affiliate link. Really important to help you scale your business, of having ways you can monetize your content to really help you sustain your business and to scale that business by bringing in money flow into your business. So really think about the different ways that you're always able to create inflows of money, whether it's affiliate links, whether it's your own products that you create, is it merchandise, whatever it might be. You really need to think about these different ways that you can have some other sources of income to really help sustain your business. So really think about this when you're creating video ideas. Don't just keep creating the same kinds of videos. Really experiment. Think about these 4 subcategories that we've talked about today and make sure you implement them when creating your next video idea. And tip number 3 is probably the most important one of them all, is execution. If you don't execute on what we've talked about in this video, then it probably was a complete waste of time even sitting here writing down all these different ideas. If you don't execute, if you don't actually take on what I'm saying and actually execute them in your own videos, then it's safe to say that you've probably been wasting your time. The most important thing that you need to think about, take away all of the other, set aside keywords and the best idea in creating videos that your audience will love. If you don't create high quality videos, then none of this other stuff is even going to matter. If you're not creating high quality videos where you're putting time and effort into to make it the best possible video that you can, that you know an audience is going to enjoy by creating high quality videos. If you're not putting in the time to make sure that when you create that video, you're putting in everything that you possibly can think of to make that video the best video that you've ever created. Essentially, every time you create a video, it needs to be just as good, if not better, than your previous video. And this is something that I strive myself on, and a lot of other content creators really do think about when creating videos, is the amount of effort that they actually put into their video. A lot of us don't actually realize the amount of effort that goes into creating a high quality video. If you're not going to put that effort in, if you're just going to sit down, shoot a video, do some really basic editing, and then wonder why that video didn't do very well, it's because you're not putting in enough effort and you're not creating a high quality video. Now, there are actually things that you can look in your YouTube analytics to actually see these videos aren't probably as high quality as you thought. Did you actually look at your video honestly and not actually see all of these different things that may be turning people away from the video? Look at your click-through rate. See what that click-through rate is like. Are people clicking on that thumbnail? Is your title and your thumbnail enticing enough that people are clicking on your video? Chances are, if your click-through rate is low, it's because your thumbnail and your title, 1, they don't work together, and 2, they're not enticing enough for somebody to wonder what that video is about. If this is the case, go back to the drawing board, really think about what you're doing wrong and how you can improve your thumbnail and title to get that click. Average view duration is another really important metric that you need to focus on when looking at your YouTube analytics. Look at your average view duration, find out when people are leaving, why they are leaving, and really compare your average view duration. This is really important because it's going to help tell you where people are leaving, why possibly they are leaving, and help you to understand how you can improve upon that video to get your watch time and your average view duration up. This is going to help you get your videos out there and help those videos really grow, and the YouTube algorithm is really going to start to share those videos more and more because your current audience, or the audience that is being reached by your video, love that content. And this is how you're going to get more views, and this is how you're going to grow on YouTube, is by creating high quality videos that your audience loves. It's really not that complicated, and it really does come down to that basic foundation. Are you creating high quality videos, and does your audience enjoy that kind of video? If one or both of those is not working, then you can't expect the YouTube algorithm to show it to more people when the current audience is not enjoying that video. Really important to make sure that you're creating videos that your audience cares about. If your audience doesn't care about it, maybe it's not because you have the wrong audience, but the kind of videos that you're creating does not relate to that audience. So really think about either change your audience, which I wouldn't recommend doing. If you found a strong audience, you need to create videos that they care about. It's really simple, guys. And make sure you create videos that your audience cares about. Use your YouTube analytics, guys. I will say this in many videos, and I will say it again because it's super important. Use your YouTube analytics to find out why your videos aren't doing as well as you would like. When you're a small YouTube channel, you're not going to be growing at the growth that you would like. and you need to figure out why this is. Look at your average view duration, look at your thumbnails from a different perspective with a new pair of eyes, and really determine and be harsh on yourself and figure out why those videos probably aren't as good as you'd like them to be. And then you need to improve upon this. This is where you want to rinse and repeat this execution. You need to focus on why those titles didn't do very well, why it didn't reach a large audience, why that audience didn't enjoy that video, and find out how you can improve. Once you've figured out why that video didn't do very well, focus that on your next video to make that video better than the previous video. Once again, rinse and repeat the same process. If that video didn't do very well, back to the drawing board. Go to your YouTube analytics. Have a look at the click-through rate. Are people clicking on that video? Okay, the click-through rate was definitely better than my previous video. But were they watching it for as long? They clicked on my video and they clicked off it within the first 30 seconds. Chances are those 30 seconds are the most important part of your video. Did you tell them what they're going to learn from this video and why they should keep watching your video? If you didn't, then that's probably why they left. Really focus on your video. Make the quality of your video as best as you possibly can and always improve upon that every single time. Look at your analytics, see where you can improve, and make that next video better than the previous video. Really important that you need to focus on is the quality of your video. And I don't mean go buy an expensive quality camera. This is not the quality that I am talking about. I am talking about creating videos that your audience loves. If they're not watching that video for a competitive amount of time, or if they're not even clicking on that video, it means they do not care about your content. Think about it, rinse and repeat, and make the next video better. Those are my free YouTube algorithm hacks that are really going to help you grow your business in 2022 on YouTube by following these 3 simple steps. Now these steps may seem a little bit more in depth than you may like, but at the end of the day, if you want to grow your YouTube channel and to have a successful YouTube channel, you need to make sure that you're following these steps and you're following them correctly. Don't just watch them, go, okay, yep, I didn't really think about that, but not actually implementing them in your own videos. This video is a complete waste of time if you're not actually following these steps and implementing them in your own videos. And that's why it's really important to understand that if you don't implement those strategies, then you're going to learn how you're going to get no views, and you're probably going to start to blame the YouTube algorithm. All of this will be a complete waste of time if you don't understand how to target keywords to get your videos to the right audience. This video is going to show you exactly just how you can do that.